What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Bravo and Blaze. I'm Jenny Blaze, and we are here for your weekly dose of Bravo chaos, pop culture hot takes, and some unhinged energy. Before we dive in, quick housekeeping. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube at Jenny Blaze. Hit the like button, share this with your Bravo besties. And if you really want to make my day, leave a 5-star review for the podcast. It's free, it's easy, and it keeps this show running. Reminder, this is entertainment only. These are my opinions based on public information. We're here to laugh, rant, and vibe together. Be cool. Don't be all like uncool. We're live, so jump into our chat. Wait, I want to turn on the comments so you can see them. If anyone wants to join, drop your takes, your theories, your unfiltered Bravo rage. I'll be pulling comments throughout. Programming note, this is our last live stream before a short break between my kid being sick right after I had COVID for the first time ever. Took 5 years to get me. But I'm still trying to get my energy back, and I just need to pause. And also, if you go back, if you've been following Bravo and Blaze, I started taking Rise mushroom coffee around maybe March. I don't know exactly when, but I had the flu in February, started taking Rise, and one of the things that it said that was a benefit of the medicinal mushrooms that were in there was immunity support. And I like, how do you really test that? But the whole time that I was taking Rise, I did not get sick. And I was kind of shocked because normally I do. But especially like when the seasons change, and I didn't get sick this past spring to summer. And then my partnership with Rise, it didn't end. It just, they sent me an email one day and they were like, we're switching our partner systems and we need you to go and like create a new account. And I just like could not be bothered with that at that moment. I haven't got a chance to do it yet. So that's why I stopped talking about it. And I stopped taking it recently. And then boom, I get COVID. So I wonder if the Rise really was protecting me and boosting my immune system. Anyways, yeah, where am I? Full disclosure. I don't know if that was what kept me from getting sick, but is that a coincidence? I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, full disclosure, the reason why I stopped promoting it is because I didn't feel like switching their program software. But yes, we're taking a little pause. It's just temporary. We'll be back after BravoCon, recharged and ready to go. Before we get into it, I have a quick update on Fandom Bitch. If you're new here, it's a satirical fiction series about a mom who starts a podcast and accidentally gets swept into the tornado that is the drama TV fandom. Drama TV is a fictional network that may feel familiar. All the True Wives franchises across many cities, plus shows like Montauk Manor, where hot people party in a beach house all summer. Those are the types of shows on this fictional network. And Juno Monroe is the mom podcaster who learns the fandom is not for the faint of heart. So if you haven't caught up yet, now's the time, especially while we're on break. Go to patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze. Last night, the season 1 finale dropped. So now's a good time to go catch up. Okay, let's move on. My mouth is so dry. Side effect of bravoing and blazing. Okay, we had no Below Deck this week, which felt kind of sad because Sunday's already pretty sad. I don't even know if that King's Court show is still going on, but whatever. I haven't been watching Bravo on Sundays, and now Mondays I haven't. We finally got Salt Lake City back. But before I go to Salt Lake City, I'm going to talk about Real Housewives of London, which is on, I guess before I had said it's new on Tuesdays on Hayu, but it's actually on Mondays, I guess. And for those of you who are in the US who want to watch Real Housewives of London, you need to get a VPN. What do I use? I use ExpressVPN. You log in or connect as if you're in England or somewhere else where they have Heyu. And then you just go to heyu.com and get a subscription if you want. So I missed last week because my kid was sick. I still wasn't feeling well. So we're going to catch up on the last 2 episodes. And first we'll go through season 1, episode 5, alcohol and Ozempic. This is a good turning point in this season. Juliet Mayhew hosts a perfect picnic until a surprise guest turns the table into a battlefield. So we already got some ramp up of Juliet Angus from Ladies of London. We knew that she was going to come back, or she was going to show up at Real Housewives of London at some point. And this is the episode. She comes to this picnic where Amanda Caroline, I had this like completely different perception of Amanda Caroline in episodes 1 through 4. Like, I don't know, something about her, she gave off this perception that she was very refined and I don't know. I just was not expecting what we saw in episode 5, which is apparently Juliet Angus and Amanda Caroline used to be really good friends. I think they may have even said best friends, but Amanda is like denying it. And Juliet's like, what are you talking about? I've been to your house, like we're friends. And the reason why Amanda is not feeling Juliet anymore is because Juliet introduced Amanda Caroline to one of her friends during COVID. And during COVID and like lockdown, I guess Amanda Caroline and this mutual friend that Juliet has, they are spending all their time together, but then wind up having a falling out, and it got really ugly and messy. And Amanda Caroline doesn't like that Juliet isn't sticking up for Amanda, but it's like, I thought that was kind of crazy to me when she, like, just trying to think of the scenario. I guess it depends on what happened between these two friends, but like, I wouldn't want to get in between it either. Let's think of like Paige DeSorbo, Amanda and Hannah. Paige is able to be friends with both, right? And I think that's what Juliet was trying to do. But Amanda is basically like Hannah, and as if Hannah were to say to Paige, no, we are not friends unless you are not friends with Amanda Batula. I hope I didn't make that confusing. I'm trying to use a comparison to Summer House. But wow, I was really shocked. Not only was she like, she wasn't just dismissive of her, but she was like actively rude to her. And that's where I was like, whoa. Because I thought she was like this graceful, elegant British woman. And maybe the accents fool me because obviously I'm American. And whenever I hear a British accent, I'm just like, oh, you're like way smarter than me, way more refined. And you probably drink tea with your pinky in. I think pinky out is improper etiquette. Anyways, yeah, so I'm really surprised at Amanda Caroline, but I love it. Like, I'm not disappointed. I'm just like shocked, and I find it highly amusing because in the next episode, season 1, episode 6, White Witches and Warm Champagne, I guess when Juliet and Amanda were going back and forth in episode 5, at one point Juliet called Amanda a white witch, or no, she said, everyone calls you the White Witch. Which I was like, I would take that as a compliment. Or actually, I don't know. When she says white witch, what does that mean? Because like white witch to me means like Glinda. But actually, I don't like Glinda if we're talking about Wicked, which we are going to talk about Wicked when we get to Project Runway. But yeah, I don't know. Is she just saying like because she's white? Like, what exactly is that all about? Is this like a British thing? I need some British people to weigh in on that because I have no idea. Let's see. Not paid by anyone is here. Oh, King's Court is over. Thank God. We don't need that anymore. And I am glad not to see Solene. Yeah, seriously, from Below Deck, we are done with her. Thank God. But I heard she's on Love Island games, so she's actually not really that gone, but whatever. Anything else on London? I'm not like getting too deep into each like cast member or the relationships or the feuds. I was just like taken aback by this feud between Juliet and Amanda. And regardless of that, I just love this cast already, or at least the first few episodes, because I like that. I don't know. They just feel like they're playing the part of an old school housewife where they are very opulent and very, I don't know, grand and posh. And they seem like they don't really care about the cameras yet, but it's only the first season. You never know. A lot can happen between somebody's first season and their second season. However, Karen, I didn't realize this until like last week or the week before. Karen is a real housewife from Jersey and Cheshire. I don't speak British. Just kidding. But I don't know if that's true. Someone just told me this in like DMs or something. So if that's true, that is interesting because then we get into like new housewife territory versus old school OG style, where the new school housewives, I feel like, are very produced. And it's like almost impossible for anyone who goes on reality TV to not have some level of production when they come in, I guess. But oh my God, I think they're doing landscaping right outside my window. I can hear someone yelling right now. Not paid by anyone. So never doing Love Island again. Still struggling to get over this season that just ended. No, seriously, I tried to watch a reunion and I gave up. Henmark said Karen is top tier housewife. Yeah, she's hilarious. I thought she was so funny before I knew that she was a housewife on other franchises. But now that I know that she is, I still find her to be entertaining. I just am looking at her a little differently because I don't know. I like a genuine, as authentic and raw as possible Real Housewife. And I feel like season 1 of a franchise is a great opportunity to get that from people. But when they've already been on reality TV, it's a little different. However, I think I said this last time, but it's been confirmed. I do like Julia Angus so far, and Julia Angus is from Ladies of London. I don't remember everything about Ladies of London, but like I just remember not really liking her and feeling like, oh my God, I would be so embarrassed as an American if like I was there at the same time as her. But like, whatever, regardless, now she seems refined, very elegant, but like still genuine and still herself in the most authentic way, if that makes any sense. But who knows? This is all smoke and mirrors. So we will never truly know, but we can always speculate for fun. Okay, let's move on to Salt Lake City. Oh my gosh, we had the premiere of season 6, and we had our first 2 episodes. I didn't know how the first or the premiere was going to go because I heard that baby gorgeous Lisa Barlow wasn't in it, and I was like, this is going to be awful. But it wasn't that bad, actually. The premiere was somewhat decent, and I'll read the description. So season 6, episode 1, Hot Dogs and Hearsay. Angie arranges a surprise RV trip for the woman. I'm going to pause because I would have been pissed. The way that the invitation was, and even Brittany showed up in a bikini. They're like, there was a plane. They said, bring your bikini. I would have been pissed if they tricked me with that. Anyways, Angie arranges a surprise RV trip for the women, but with Lisa gone for work, Bronwyn brings up some rumors she's heard about Lisa's business. Tensions brew as Brittany calls out Whitney. Heather and Bronwyn go head to head. Angie makes a bold claim about one of the women. A ghost of Salt Lake City past creates a haunting evening for the ladies. Okay, so again, I hate this RV camping trip. Like the thought of having to sleep in that RV gives me anxiety. Oh, my cat is bringing a ball over to me. I thought they were going to at least get like a luxury RV, like rock star status, but not really. And I get it. Angie was like, I don't think this is a reflection on Angie because she winds up bringing them to Greece later. So like, it's not like Angie's cheap or anything, but I just hated it. And she did say like, you know, Sean convinced her to get an RV and she turned out to love it. So I guess whatever. I don't blame Lisa for not going because I wouldn't have wanted to go. But also remember when the season was filming, we heard that Lisa Barlow was still negotiating her contract and that's why she hadn't started filming. So let's think about that. As they're filming, the women know this, right? Like, I don't even want to talk about Runway. It just like annoys me so bad because she's so ridiculous. She just got caught lying about this $4 million necklace, and she got caught at the reunion. And our friend, the Bravo Derm, he found some more public information about Bronwyn's past, exactly what she's doing to Lisa Barlow. We found information on Bronwyn about identity theft, grand larceny, I think, or grand theft. Andy even brought it up on Watch What Happens Live. He goes, oh, someone from the audience on Watch What Happens Live. I didn't even want to watch it because I don't want to watch her. But he said, or no, someone from the audience was like, I love you, but do you feel like, I don't know her exact question or wording, but it was basically like, do you feel like it may be hypocritical that you are bringing up all of Lisa's lawsuits from decades ago when you have your own criminal history? And her response was, yes, and we'll go into that on the show. It's talked about a lot, which is making me nervous. They better not talk shit about my podcast or me. Actually, talk shit about my podcast. I don't care, but don't talk shit about me. I didn't do anything to them. Anyways, what else? I'm nervous about this. I really hope that it doesn't get twisted in some way, which I'm sure it will, but whatever. I'll be on vacation. So what else happened on episode 1? Bronwyn's just bringing up all this stuff about Lisa, and I find it interesting because at the same time, her criminal history was being outed on Twitter and Reddit. So, like, did she purposely, like, I wonder the timing, did her stuff start coming out first and then she started looking up Lisa's stuff, or did she start looking at Lisa's stuff and it just so happened that at the same time this stuff came up? Or did she purposely go after Lisa to try to like create some narrative that later on Lisa's coming after her or something? I don't know. Like the obsession with Lisa is like crazy. I didn't even look into those lawsuits about Lisa the way that Bronwyn was talking about. She's like, yeah, and then the guy, he like, it was on his personal Amex. Like, girl, what are you doing with your spare time? Isn't she too busy for this? I don't understand why she spends her time doing this. It's weird to me. Anyways. What else in the first episode? Angie kept kind of like teaming up with Bronwyn, I feel like, bringing up Lisa's stuff. Oh, and Brittany, I love watching Brittany because she's like kind of ridiculous, and like she's going so hard to like be a ride or die for Lisa when Lisa's not there. And I find that to be so funny because she's like, we are really good friends. She's going so hard for Lisa, going as far as bringing up Whitney's business and saying, oh, your business is being dragged on social media. And then Whitney snaps back so hard, so quick. She's like, what do you do for money? Suck dick. See, like, this is what these women are good for, because I don't think like this is not an appropriate thing to say. And I don't think most people would say that in front of a camera. So the way that they just say these things, I'm like, all right, I'm here for it. What else you got? So Whitney does wind up admitting that her business failed, which we kind of all knew, right? And I do feel bad about that because I don't wish failure upon anyone. But also, like, I just remember when that was going down and like people were talking about what happened with the business on TikTok. And I don't know if like that specifically is what brought down her business or whatever, but I don't know. I want to know more about this business. How did they spend millions of dollars investing into this business? I need like an expert on this. And I am not interested enough to go look it up myself. Anyways, okay. What's the next episode? Season 6, episode 2, Law and Out of Order. Oh, what I was saying before, Brittany and Meredith were definitely sticking up for Lisa Barlow when she was not there. And I don't even think, was Heather sticking up for Lisa Barlow? I don't even think she was, but Baby Gorgeous finally makes an appearance in episode 2. The episode description is, at an upscale party, Lisa confronts Bronwyn and Angie over gossip spread about her past lawsuits. Mary supports Robert Jr. on his sobriety journey. Heather reluctantly offers Bronwyn a second chance at friendship. So our first scene with Baby Gorgeous is with Heather Gay having lunch with her. And Heather, first of all, looks like she's wearing the Seinfeld pirate shirt. I could not get over that. I'm like, who picked this out for Heather? Heather, you have worked so hard to transform your whole appearance and you come out with this pirate shirt? No. I'm offended. That was a crazy outfit. Did she have hoop earrings on? I need to go back, actually. Whatever. That outfit was nuts. She goes on to she spills everything to Lisa. Like she's Lisa's like little lapdog. Like, oh, let me tell you what they all did and said about you. So then she goes on to say what Bronwyn and Angie were doing. Lisa's like, did anyone stick up for me? What about Meredith? And she didn't ask about Brittany. And maybe they didn't show this, but Heather made it seem like she was the only one who stood up for Lisa Barlow, when in fact, I don't think Heather stood up for Lisa at all. It was Brittany who was going hard for sticking up for Lisa Barlow. And then Meredith was also doing the same. So Heather Gay is just such a shit stir. And it's hard because I was a hardcore Heather hater for like 4 seasons straight. And then last season, because we had like a common enemy, I was like, oh my God, do I like Heather Gay now? And I'm like trying to like her because I feel kind of bad that I was such a Heather hater before, but she makes it so hard. And then the way she mentioned Jen Shaw in her confessional, she's like, why are we talking about Jen Shaw? Because Angie goes, we could compare Lisa's lawsuits to, what the level of Jen Shaw. And Heather's like, what are you talking about? And then in Heather's confessional, she's like, why are we talking about Jen Shaw? Jen Shaw's in prison where she belongs. And immediately I felt like the blood rushed from my body. I was like, Jen Shah's going to beat the shit out of Heather Gay when she gets out. I'm not wishing that on her. I just feel like that's going to happen. Heather Gay. Where's this energy coming from? I would be counting down the days till Jen Shah was coming out so I knew when to go into hiding, because based on everything that's happened between Jen Shah and Heather Gay since we've known them is enough for Jen Shah, in my opinion, knowing Jen Shah, what we've seen. I don't think she's going to be very happy with Heather. And this is just like a conspiracy theory that I have based on nothing, but I just have this suspicion that Jen Shah has something on Heather that Heather does not want to get out. And that's why she was covering up the black eye for so long. And I don't even know if I believe the black eye story, because why didn't you just say that from the beginning? Oh my God, I hated Heather so much during that whole black eye situation. Oh my God. Heather, I still love this franchise, even though these women drive me nuts. Like, I still love this franchise. They're so funny. I don't know if it's the way production edits it, but I love it. I love the choir, the all that stuff. Like, yes, give it to me. Gives me chills. This is such a good franchise. But they also, production, whoever is producing it, also has no soul. Yeah, I saw that. Okay, let's go in the comments. What? Oh my God, Max is here. Okay. Henmark said, I don't believe they slept in the RV. I don't know. Did they? Max is here. Yay. Can't wait to discuss our favorite Bravo star later, hopefully. Who? Galena? Galena. We want Galena at BravoCon. Let's see. At least it's already done. Max said, at least it's already done and we go to Greece later. Yes. Not paid by anyone said, the thought of using the restroom gives me anxiety in the RV. Oh my God. Imagine Stephanie Show JE won't let anyone poop in her plane. Imagine if she had an RV. Definitely wouldn't be able to poop. She'd probably make you go outside and dig a hole. And I only know that that's how you do it outside because my father used to bring us camping when I was a child, and I hated it. We used to even canoe to an island. Oh, gosh, that should be considered child abuse. Just kidding. Max said Heather hates Bronwyn. I know, and I love that because I don't know, mutual hatred brings people together, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. Are Heather Gay and I going to be teaming up at some point? Just kidding. Max said Lisa is too busy for them to hang out with Ben and Blake. Yeah, she's hanging out with Ben and Blake, but I wouldn't brag about hanging out with Blake Lively. What else here? Max said Brittany, the scene stealer, always inserting herself. I kind of like that about Brittany, and I kind of love that everyone hates on her, and I kind of love that it just like she's like immune to it. I don't know. I don't know if it penetrates her and we don't see that, but she keeps getting the punches coming at her and she keeps taking it and then getting back up. It's kind of wild. Not paid by anyone said, why Fraudwin germaphobe does not pick up after her dogs instead? I know. She's like, oh my God, I'm a major germaphobe. Stop lying. You have dog shit all over your house. Fraudwin, she's the worst. Max said Meredith hates Brittany. I love that too. Max said, Whitney bought a new house. Where did that money come from? She bought another new house? Okay. Not paid by anyone said, when you rebrand, you basically throw in the garbage, all packaging and bottles in the trash. Well, that was stupid. Why did she do that? But was it just the rebranding, like actual branding logos that they spent millions on, or did they restructure their whole business operations? That's what I want to know. Oh shit. Heather's face looks weird. I missed season 1, Heather. Oh my God. Meatball on a stick, Heather Gay. I kind of miss that Heather Gay too. Not paid by anyone said, I feel like Heather enjoys seeing Lisa cry. She's a covert op and Whitney does her dirty work. That's right. Not paid by anyone. Just nailed it. Yeah, she is a covert op. She's disguised as a friend, but she's not. Max said Jen Shaw has been mentioned in both episodes. I can't wait. I know Andy recently said that he doesn't want to see Jen Shaw ever again, but like they kind of need her to come back. I know, and not everyone wants that, but it's like you guys know that none of these people are like saints, right? We are watching for entertainment purposes. So while I don't condone their behavior and I wish that they were not like that, I also still need to see this story play out. Like, I need to see Jen Shaw come back and look Heather Gay in the eye and be like, what did you say? Say it to my face, bitch. Oh my God. There's so much fantasy that I could think of around this whole scenario. I'm thinking I've already come up with like a whole series of Jen Shaw in prison with Elizabeth Holmes and like them having their talent shows and them doing a play. Like then what's her name? Ghislaine, whatever her name, Maxwell. She got transferred. I wonder if they bullied her. I mean, they kind of have to, right? I wonder what the whole hierarchy is in prison. And has Jen Shaw reformed? Is she going to come out and be like, oh my God, I have so much to repay back to society. I need to make amends with people. Like, I actually want to see that. If it's genuine, if it's real, I'm here for it. Cause like, I want to see that. I don't want to see people just like fuck up and like fall off the earth. Like, I want to see them fuck up and redeem themselves. Let's see. Not paid by anyone said Brittany is my favorite at the moment. Not paid by anyone said Heather kept asking what lawsuits, making sure they are verbalized on camera. I can't stand her. Yeah. Heather was not sticking up for Baby Gorgeous. Angie has the game blowing up her head. That analogy was so out of line. I am glad that Angie was like, wait, that was a bad analogy. But it does feel like Angie is trying to come at Lisa, and it's not a good look. Like, if you want to be liked and like, I don't know, have a long standing run as a housewife, I don't think your strategy should be to go after somebody else. I think it's just win by thriving in your own life. Max said Jen Shaw might be out sooner than we think. Oh my God. By BravoCon? Oh, not paid by anyone said she changed the brand like 3 times right now. No, seriously, like Whitney needs to stop focusing on the damn logo and get her business operations in order. According to Whitney, Jen is paying restitution. She said in an interview. Yeah, I think she has to. Housewives and analogies do not go together. Seriously. I thought we learned our lesson. Okay, I think that's it for Salt Lake. Also, if we're on a break and they do start talking shit about me, then I might have to do a bonus episode. Wait, not paid by anyone said she just went back to the first brand, Wild Rose. Stop it. No, please don't be true. Okay, I hate Real Housewives of Orange County, but I'm just going to read through them real quick. The episode descriptions. I might talk about a couple things. We'll see. Before anything, I would like to say justice for Katie Janela. her absence is very loud, and I see you, Alex Baskin. And I know you're watching. Anyways, season 19, episode 11, Loose Lips Sink Ships. After an explosive dinner in Temecula, Tamra tries to turn the trip around for the ladies. Heather, Emily, and Gretchen's Emily is so annoying. Wild night out in West Hollywood ends with Gretchen revealing salacious gossip about Tamra. As Gretchen asks Emily and Heather to keep the secret between the three of them, Tamra's efforts to get in Shannon's good graces go sour when she overshares about Shannon's father. Gretchen is sloppy, and what we saw in that episode 11 essentially shows that Katie was telling the truth, because she just did it on camera where she was drunk, said something about Tamra, and then the next morning said, guys, don't say that. And that's pretty much what she did with Katie. And then Slade calls Matt and they're like, don't repeat that information or whatever. It's like, don't get this. Actually, you know what? Now I'm starting to get really mad at Gretchen, because this feels like how Bronwyn turned everything around on me last year when she's like, you said I did this and that or whatever. It's like, no, I never said any of those things. And if you don't want anyone to talk about your daughter, don't talk about your daughter on TV. Like, we are not responsible to manage your boundaries when it comes to a certain topic. Like, you brought this up. You can't put the cat back in the bag. And that's the part where I feel like if you're on a reality TV show, you need to accept that and live with it, because it is not on us to be like, okay, plug our ears. Oh, erase that from our mind. Okay. Like, no, it's your responsibility. I'm sorry that you accidentally said it and you regret saying it, but you did. And now it's out. That's how this game goes. I'm sorry. That is life. I just don't get how these people think like, oh, don't say that. I didn't say that. Like, ugh. These people make me sick. Okay. Season 19, episode 12, Defense is the best offense. The women return from 2 tense trips with most feeling the planned bonding failed to take hold. Tamra joins Sophia on a music school tour. Jen realizes her upcoming wedding is having a greater emotional impact on her kids than she anticipated. Everyone reunites when Gretchen hosts a tactical training event. The ladies learn self-defense, but a shocking rumor about Tamra leads to an explosive confrontation. This is the episode when Tamra's like giving the finger, 2 double fingers in Gretchen's face, and Gretchen is holding her hands. Oh my God, Tamra lost it on her. But and I know this is probably not a popular opinion, or people probably going to get mad at me for saying this, but I loved the prank by the United Defense Tactical Team or whatever, where they pretended to go up to the car and like Tamra just bounced. This guy comes up and he's like, give me your purse or something. And Tamra's like, go. And what's her name? Gina. Gina's like, oh my God. I'm sorry, but that was like so funny to me. It reminded me of that show, Scare Tactics. I miss that show. Every now and then I'll see a clip on social media, and like the one that I'll never forget is when they had like a little rat boy. And this guy was so scared. He was like, oh my God, let's go. He's like, oh my God, little man, are you okay? Oh my gosh, am I evil? Okay. I don't know. Maybe. Not as evil as Alex Baskin, though. This show sucks. Let's go to the next one. Anyone have anything to say about OC? Oh, there is some stuff to say about OC. OC is far gone, said not paid by anyone. Not paid by anyone. Hashtag justice for Katie. Can't believe they rather Timu Barbie, who is doing now on camera what she did with Katie off camera. Yep. Henmark said, I want Katie back. Max said, doesn't make sense that Katie could have been in that defense event. It seems she was never in that scene. Wait, she was there in real life and they cut her out? Don't tell me that, Max, because I will lose my mind. Max said, I blame Slade. He's still the same guy all those years. Seriously, Slade, enough already. Max said, I blame Alex for this messy season. Yep. I blame him for dragging Sheena. Yo, Sheena is getting played by Alex Baskin so hard, and I almost feel bad for, I do feel bad for her. Like, girl, do you not see how you're getting played? And now, like, she's not even filming for the Valley. And they were like, Brock was talking about, like, oh, we're definitely going to be on TV. Like, oh my God, who is fucking with Sheena? Who is manipulating Sheena behind the scenes? Is it you, Alex Baskin? I think so. Henmark said, Slade is a reality snake, and I love and hate it. I know. Oh my God. You know what was so shocking to me? And like, I saw this the first time it aired, but they did a flashback of Slade doing stand-up or whatever that was, where he was roasting Tamra and he called her, I think he said she was like a pig or something. It was so awful. I could not believe, like, he would not get away with that today. And I knew it was awful back then, but like, I don't think people like really were as enraged as they are today. So, wow, that like hit me harder than the first time, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. Max said, I enjoy the Tamra walk-off. Not paid by anyone, said, I rather Johnny J and Alexis Bellino after all they went after Shannon for a valid reason. She almost hit his daughter and she always pretended to pay everything. And we came to find out she owes him $75K. Yeah, I'm like not liking Shannon again. And she like did really well redeeming herself after that DWI. But her behavior now, I think she got too comfortable because she tried to like go back to her pre-DWI behavior and it's not landing. It's not good. Max said Shannon's reaction to the prank, she was surprisingly calm. I think, didn't Shannon know that it was the show? She's like, this is the show. And that's what I would be. If that was me, I probably would think that too, but maybe that's why I would probably be the first one to go. So don't listen to me. Not paid by anyone, said, did you watch What Happens Live? Tamara on camera blamed Sheena and outed her dream to be cast on Real Housewives of Orange County. Yeah, I can actually see that happening too. And I don't know if Sheena really means that when she says that, but I could see that conversation going down and Tamara just like using it as shade against her. Not paid by anyone, said, deadbeat dad called Tamara new Michelin man and called Vicky Miss Piggy. Yeah, that was it. Michelin man. That's what he said. I was like, Michelin. She's Michelin man. What the fuck? Slade, you're an asshole. Oh my God. What can we say about him? Crooked dick. Do I have Tourette's? Oh my God. Okay. Let's move on. Crooked dick. Miami. Oh, I watched the after shows of OC, by the way, but I wasn't really paying attention. Okay. Season 7, episode 16 of Real Housewives of Miami, The Art of Arguing. Larsa moves into her new house. Alexia and Todd near their divorce deadline. Jody gives Lisa an ultimatum for a proposal. Adriana hosts an Art Basel event, but she starts seeing red after discovering the identity of her birthday cake culprit. Oh my God, that was wild. Season 7, episode 17, Frosty Friendships. Alexia's son Peter expresses his concerns about Todd. Julia performs opera for a special cause, but one key guest is missing. Stephanie throws a Christmas bash where where Adriana hits the stage, and then her limit with Julia. Marisol exposes a secret. I love this franchise, but like, I don't know. When Salt Lake City is on, Miami takes a back seat for me, and I like just don't really pay attention as much anymore. But I still love this franchise, and I think we're done with Julia. We need to be done with Julia. She's too triggering for everybody, and she needs to go. Why is Kiki not a full-time? Adriana and Marisol should be full-time as well. I really don't understand the whole dynamics of why someone's full-time versus a friend of on Miami, but it doesn't make any sense to me. And I still don't understand why Stephanie got the first seat at the reunion, but we did get the reunion looks and a trailer for the reunion. There's supposed to be like some big reveal. I'm not like really that excited about it. But I don't know. I'll be watching. What do you guys think about Miami? Let's see. Max said, Adriana is spiraling. She sings a song about loving her dog. Oh my God. What was that? Was she being serious, or is she just like, I don't give a shit anymore? What? Or is that her way of being like, I'm okay being a single woman with my dog? I don't know. What? Max had rumored that half of the cast is gone for next season? Okay, this is who I want to be gone. Stephanie can go. Julia can go. No, we need everybody else. Yeah, what? Who's going to be gone? We need all the friend ofs. Stephanie and Julia can go. I'm good without them. Who else is going to go? Bring Nicole back. What else? Anything else on Miami? I don't think we're like that excited collectively. Okay, I actually want to talk about Project Runway, which is on Hulu, by the way. Originally started on Bravo before Housewives even existed, but now they're on Hulu. And on the finale, Heidi comes into the workroom and she's like, we have a guest judge. And I thought it was going to be Tim Gunn. I was like, oh, Tim Gunn. And it wasn't. And if I was in that room, the disappointment would have been visible. And I was like, oh, shit. Can you imagine if someone was in there and was like, oh my God, Tim Gunn. And they find out who, and they're like, oh, okay. Anyways, okay. Project Runway, the season is over. Season 21, episode 9, Something Wicked. That is a new episode from last week. The designers are challenged with creating a design worthy of Oz. Meanwhile, friendships are tested when drama unfolds on the runway. Okay, I was trying. This show is so funny this season. Like, even if you're not into, like, I love the design part of it. That's what I love about this show, the foundation of this show, whether whoever you're bringing in, like whoever the cast is, it doesn't matter, because I love a design process. I love art. I love creativity. I love the challenges. I love the shadiness of the judging at the end. I love watching the runway, the whole thing. But this season was even better because of the cast. You had Ethan, who is this drag queen who is amazing. And not only is he so talented and very loud and like boisterous, and like you can't, like, I don't know, he's amazing. But what I love about him is his shadiness and his ability to kind of read the shade in the room, because we have twins on this show. One of them was on a prior season, like years ago, and his twin brother is there, and they're both competing against each other. But this is a Wicked challenge. They got to see a trailer or clips or something of the new Wicked coming out. And I'm not driving me, and like it was cute, but like I couldn't help but start laughing because the twins, they like Wicked, and they grab each other's hands and they're just like, oh, and like I get it, but I don't know why. It's just funny to see it happening, and I love them for it. I'm not like trying to hate on them because I love Wicked so much, but like I don't know, when they just were like, "Ugh," it just made me laugh. VJ is another designer, this trans woman who has been on the twins' necks all season. She has been just throwing them shade left and right. She will not let up on them. And it's, to me, her shade is like very comical because it's so, she does this thing where she's like, oh my God, like just very soft spoken and like, I think I'm gonna pick this model. And like does things in such a like, I'm such a sweet and innocent person, but like the actual thing that she's doing is so fucked up and mean. But like, so that makes it funny to me. And I can't tell like if she's being serious, but I think it doesn't matter if she's being serious because obviously they're in this competition and this whole environment where it's like very cutthroat. So towards the end of the competition, it gets a little too heated, but it's just wild to watch. I'm like, oh my God, VJ is hilarious. She knows how to push the twins' buttons so easily. It's hilarious. And I think the show is worth watching just for their feud alone. um so episode 10, See You on the Runway. In an epic finale, the final 3 designers must create a capsule collection to prove who deserves to win fashion's fiercest competition. I'm not gonna lie, like I wasn't that impressed by the final collections because remember they used to like go home for like a whole month and have like a whole, or maybe even longer, but they would have like a lot longer to put together a collection. It seems like they only had a few days, and they do get help from like other contestants, but still, like I prefer them to have that full collection that they spent a lot of time on, because those collections back in the day would bring me to tears. And that's what I love about this show too, is that I don't know, maybe it's just the competition part of it and maybe also the creative part of it, but I can cry so easily watching this show, even when they just have like an amazing jaw-dropping look that comes down the runway. Sometimes I will have a tear. I'm like, oh my God, it's like amazing. So yes, I highly recommend Project Runway. I just wish Tim Gunn was there. Oh, that would have been a great surprise guest judge, but they had somebody else instead. Oh, and Law Roach. Oh my God. To me, I don't know the whole fashion scene the way fashionistas do, but I didn't this is like my first introduction to Law on this season, and I was like, "Oh my God, this guy is so mean to them." He's saying really harsh things that like maybe they need to be said, but they could be said a lot nicer. And then episode 9 at the end when judging Tyra Banks is their guest judge and Law is talking to Melania. He's like, Melania, wait, stop. I have never yelled at a girl like this before. I was rooting for you. We're all rooting for you. And pulled the whole classic Tamra crash out from America's Next Top Model. And I almost cried. I was like, this is the most hilarious thing ever. Tyra's face, she was just like, ah. You can tell that just haunts her at night. The woman cannot sleep because of that clip. And it's never going away, ever. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to wrap up because we're running out of time. Oh, Whoopsies. Okay, before I go, I just want to remind you all about Fandom Bitch, the satirical fiction series about a podcasting mom who gets swept into the drama TV fandom. If you haven't caught up yet, now is a perfect time while we're on break. Binge it at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube at Jenny Blaze. Tap like, drop a comment, and share with your Bravo besties. Follow at Bravo and Blaze everywhere on social media and leave a 5-star review for the podcast. We are taking a short pause to rest and reset after today. I will be back after BravoCon. Keep your notifications on so you don't miss the return. And until next time, we'll catch you later. Stay lit.